And here we have Rigas Doganis, who has also kindly agreed to give his views on this year's conference. Rigas, do you feel that there's been any real change in mood in this year's conference compared with last year? We've seen so much happen in this last year.
Well, undoubtedly there's a lot more optimism about what's happening to the airline sector. Traffic is up, yields are up. But that optimism is tinged with a little bit of uncertainty as to how far that can continue, given the question marks about the price of oil, about inflation in China, about slowing down in some European economies. So optimism I see tinged with some uncertainty.
Okay, well, and I think I'd agree much with that. This year you introduced a new format at the conference in producing a head-to-head interview with Willie Walsh. Do you think that worked, and do you think there's any good benefits that came out of this?
Well, it's a new format in that instead of getting somebody like Willie Walsh to give a 30-minute presentation and 5 minutes of questions, I sat down with him and I questioned him for 45 minutes. I think the advantage is twofold. Firstly, that you can cover a lot more ground, and the questions weren't prepared. He didn't know what I was going to ask him, so he had to really answer off the cuff. And the second advantage is that it gives you an insight into the personality of the person being interviewed that you don't get when he stands up and gives a presentation with 30 PowerPoints.
Well, that's certainly true, and I think it worked very well indeed. And finally, perhaps, what is the most encouraging thing you've heard this year? Or is there anything encouraging?
Well, our banking expert, Andrew Sentence, told us that everything seems to be much better than we had anticipated. That is encouraging, but I think there's still a lot of uncertainty around. So I think we should look forward, but we should occasionally be wary of the speed at which we're going forward.
Rigas, thank you very much indeed for sharing your thoughts.